This movie begins with a jail, where we see the main antagonist of the story, Arthur, also known as the Joker. Everyone is aware of him, and we learn that he hasn't been eating or drinking well in jail, which has left him weak. We also discover why Arthur was imprisoned. He killed 5 people in public, for which he was punished. Although he took 5 lives, the manner in which he committed the crimes made him infamous among civilians. Dressed as a Joker while murdering, he gained notoriety, and a TV film was even made about him. Many people liked the film and began to see Arthur as an innocent man who did a good deed by killing those 5 individuals who were allegedly bad people. They had bothered Arthur repeatedly and made fun of him, driving him to kill in self-defense. However, to the authorities, Arthur is simply a criminal who has taken lives. He has been in jail for a long time, and his future sentence remains uncertain, as his case has yet to be heard in court. Arthur found no peace, either inside or outside jail. Civilians bullied him, and police mocked him. One day, his lawyer summons him for a meeting. On his way, he notices a girl, Lee, who catches his eye. She mimics a gun with her fingers, pointing at her head. The police intervene, taking Arthur away. He meets his lawyer, who plans to defend his case. However, she also aims to capitalize on his fame, bringing reporters to interview him. Arthur reluctantly agrees, hoping to gain freedom. During the interview, he's asked uncomfortable questions, reviving painful memories. Despite growing anger, he answers truthfully. The interview serves a dual purpose: to assess Arthur's mental state, which will be monitored daily through subsequent interviews. The reason for this scrutiny is that many people believe Arthur is a crazy Joker who killed 5 people in a fit of madness. So, under the guise of an interview, he was being evaluated. After the interview, Arthur was taken back to jail, where a police officer escorted him to the musical room. Everyone was playing music to their liking. Lee was also there, and this is how they finally met. Both were thrilled to interact, having wanted to connect since their initial encounter. Arthur asked Lee, "Why are you imprisoned here?" Lee replied, "I set fire to the building where I lived with my mother in a fit of anger, burning it down and killing her. That's why I'm here." Arthur laughed loudly, a habitual response. Lee questioned him, "Why are you here?" Arthur responded, "You don't know? Everyone knows I killed 5 people. That's why I'm captive." The two began meeting daily, forming a friendship. One day, Lee suggested, "Let's escape together." But Arthur refused. "No, I can't. If I try, the police will shoot me." Lee had developed feelings for Arthur and wanted to escape and spend her life with him. However, Arthur's refusal left her disappointed. Later, Lee, still upset, set fire to the back of the theater. Panic erupted as people discovered the flames and rushed out. The whole hall got empty. Only Lee and Arthur were left inside. They both didn't run away from the fire. They stayed there and shared a romantic scene expressing their love. Here we know that not only Lee but also Arthur fell in love with her. After that, they both ran out to the ground, jumped from the fence, and pretended to run away from jail. But then officers came and caught them, starting to drag them away from the fence. Instead of being worried, Arthur and Lee started laughing, indicating they were alike. Arthur enjoyed this moment so much that he started laughing like crazy. Now, when Arthur was brought back to his cell, Lee also came to his cell with the help of a guard. These two started spending time together. Lee told Arthur she wanted to see him in the Joker's form, for which she had brought makeup. Using that makeup, she turned Arthur into the Joker. After doing that, they both enjoyed their moment. The next day, the lawyer came back to meet Arthur because she wanted to take another interview. She brought the best reporters with her to find more about his mental condition through questions. Now, Arthur didn't want to talk about his past. He got disturbed and felt bad about it. But this reporter kept questioning him about his past. Arthur had also killed his mother at some point, about which this reporter asked him bluntly. After hearing that question,
"Take me back to that night on stage with Murray Franklin. What was going through your mind when you pulled out that gun and blew his brains out?"
Arthur got disturbed and showed anger towards the reporter, although he was sitting quietly before this question. But then Lee's punishment was completed, and she was released. She was finally out of jail and watching Arthur's interview on TV. After this interview, Arthur had a hearing in court. When Arthur was taken towards the court, his fans, who loved him, were lined up on the streets, calling Arthur's name and supporting him because they wanted Arthur to get out of jail as soon as possible and live a free life happily. He also has the right to live, because the people he killed deserved such a fate. When Arthur came inside the court, he saw Lee among his fans. Both got very happy after seeing each other. Moreover, the hearing started, and the second lawyer stood up against Arthur, saying that Arthur has a lot of crimes. He killed 5 people in the public train, in front of everyone. After which, Arthur's lawyer stood up and started talking in favor of Arthur, stating that Arthur had lived his whole life staying alone in a room. He is just an innocent. He did nothing wrong to those 5 people. Instead, those people tortured Arthur and made fun of him. Then, Arthur killed them to protect himself. Arthur's brain is similar to a kid, and he does what he thinks is right.
That he didn't need to retreat into fantasy and create another identity to protect that scared, vulnerable 7-year-old boy from all the trauma and abuse he suffered?
The second lawyer responded, "Whatever it is or what the cause is, he still is a murderer. He has committed a crime, so he should be punished. He should not be allowed to live in society." After hearing everything, the judge extended the date. When Arthur's lawyer came out, Lee walked close to her and said, "You will lose the way you are handling Arthur's case. He will be punished. You have to fight this case well and somehow get him free." Now Arthur was put back in jail. Then his lawyer came and met him, asking about Lee. Arthur told her that Lee is a woman he loves and trusts. The lawyer replied, "What do you even know about her? She is deceiving you because look, she told you that her mom and dad have died. But the truth is her dad is a doctor and both mom and dad are alive." Along with this, Arthur was told that she never got punished for any crime, but deliberately gave money to get inside the jail and meet Arthur. One day, when Lee came to see Arthur in jail, Arthur asked Lee about what his lawyer told him. Lee agreed, saying, "Yes, my parents are alive. I lied to you to keep the truth hidden, that I paid money to get inside the jail and disguise myself as a prisoner. I had no wrong motives behind this. I just wanted to meet you because I started liking you. I want to free you from here so that after getting out of here, both of us can live a happy life. Look what I did. It's not my fault. I have seen your TV film about 20 times. I have fallen in love with you, and now no matter what happens, I will get you out of jail, after which both of us will live together." Arthur happily agreed. Now the day had come when Arthur was inside the court. Today, Arthur's neighbor came to testify for him. She said, "I and Arthur's mom used to meet often, and that day when Arthur was beating his mother, then I also saw it all in front of my eyes. After seeing Arthur like this, I got scared and, to save my children from him, shifted to another city. But when I got to know that Arthur has been jailed, I felt very bad, and came to testify for him because he has always been wronged his whole life. He never wanted to be bad for anyone. And yes, when Arthur was beating his mother, he was in the Joker's form. Then I realized that this is not Arthur, but this is really a Joker. That's why I believe that Arthur never murdered anyone, but the Joker who was inside him did those." After hearing this, Arthur felt a lot of confidence inside him. He stood up and said to the judge, "I want to fight my case on my own now. I don't need any lawyer." After saying this, he left the place. Lee was very happy about this decision. Now the day arrived for Arthur to fight his case for himself. He sat in the court in Joker's getup. Suddenly, the lawyer fighting the case against Arthur brought his co-worker into the court, and he knew Arthur very well. The co-worker said, "When the Joker killed those people in the train, I saw it all happening." Arthur stood up and said, "Now tell us, when I was killing those people, who did you see?" The co-worker said the same thing as Arthur's neighbor. Arthur then blamed the police for everything, and the date of hearing got extended again. When Arthur went back to jail, the police beat him badly for blaming them for everything he had done.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
After 2 days, the hearing day came, and Arthur looked very sad in court. He stood up and said, "Yes, I confess my sin. I did wrong." Everyone in the court got upset and left because the case was over. Arthur started laughing loudly, and the people against him started beating him. Suddenly, a big explosion occurred, and many people died. A fan of Arthur, dressed as a Joker, helped him and took him to his car. Arthur got out in traffic and ran away. After running far, he saw Lee. Arthur went close to her and said, "Let's go somewhere far from here." Lee told him, "No, this can't be happening. I loved a brave person. Now I've decided I can't spend my life with you." She told Arthur she's pregnant with his child, but doesn't want her child to be a coward like Arthur. After that, Arthur started laughing, and the police caught him again. Inside the jail, a person against Arthur attacked him, and Arthur died. The movies end here. Thank you for being a part of our video. If these tales of mystery and intrigue sent shivers down your spine, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more bone-chilling narratives. Stay tuned. And until next time, stay captivated.